Hello dear children, today we are going to start the third chapter of English grammar, transformation of sentences. Okay, so previous class or the previous chapter was about sentences. Okay, isn't it? The previous chapter was sentences and we studied about the different kinds of sentences. Now in this chapter we will learn how to transform the sentence into another kind of sentence without changing its meaning. Okay, so first one is from exclamatory to declarative sentence. How we can change exclamatory to declarative sentence? You can see the example given there. What an amazing scenery! What an amazing scenery it is! This is exclamatory sentence. So what we do is the subject and the verb we put forward. See, what an amazing scenery it is! Exclamation mark. Okay, here the subject of this sentence it and the verb is here. Exclamatory sentences usually end with the verb. Okay, so it is very easy to find out the verb here, then the pronoun it. Okay, in order to change this sentence into declarative, we will move these two words to forward to the beginning of the sentence, and it is an amazing scenery. Okay, the same way. What a beautiful rose. Okay, exclamation mark. Okay, usually the exclamatory sentence, this sentence will end with it is, but it is not necessary to write it is in the sentence. Okay, but when you are changing it into declarative sentence, you have to begin the sentence with it is. Okay, so the sentence will be it is a beautiful rose. Okay, so this way we change an exclamatory sentence into declarative sentence. Okay, then the next one more example is given there. How beautiful she is! How beautiful she is! How beautiful she is! Exclamatory mark. Okay. Now, when you have to change it to declarative sentence, we will move this she is to the beginning of the sentence. She is beautiful, or she is very beautiful. Since how is used here, we can add adverb very. She is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, so this way we change exclamatory sentences into declarative sentence. And one more thing is that we are not changing the meaning of the sentence. As the sentence means here, the same meaning is here also. Only the kind of sentence is changing. So remember that we do not have to change the meaning of the sentence while transforming the sentence. We have to keep it in mind that we do not change the meaning. Okay. Now the next we will change the declarative sentence. From declarative to interrogative. From declarative to interrogative. Declarative sentences, many sentences are there. One sentence from example here we can see, she is very kind. She is very kind. This is declarative sentence. Okay, and the interrogative sentence, what it will become? Isn't she very kind? Question mark. Isn't she very kind? So what happens in this declarative to interrogative? We change or we put the verb before the subject. You can see the verb here. This is the verb of the sentence, and we will put this verb before the subject while changing it into interrogative. It happens with all the interrogative declarative sentences. If they are having the verbs or helping verbs, that will be shifted to the beginning of the sentence. Okay. I am in class 5th. I am in class 5th. So what it will be? This am will be shifted to beginning, but am we have to change it to negative. So we used to write it as aren't I in class 5th? Question mark. Okay. Then another, where a declarative sentence has two verbs. How two verbs? See. My friend is arriving today. My friend is arriving today. Not question mark, full stop. Okay. So what we can write for this sentence as question? Isn't my friend arriving today? Question mark. See, two verbs are there. This one is the first verb and this one is the second verb. Arriving is main verb, is helping verb. So when a sentence, declarative sentence contains two verbs, helping verb and main verb both, we place the subject between these two verbs. Okay, so it becomes, isn't my friend arriving today? Okay, then she has finished her homework. Hasn't she finished her homework? You are going to the fair. Aren't you going to the fair? I will meet you at the mall. Won't I meet you at the mall? So many examples are given here. I will meet you at the mall. Okay, so will, meet, two verbs are there. This one will is the helping verb, meet is the main verb. So we have to change it to interrogative sentence. So first we will shift will in the beginning of the sentence. So negative it will become won't, then subject is I, won't I meet you at the mall? Okay, this way we can transform a declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence. Okay. Then next thing is, when a declarative sentence contains never in it, what happens? It becomes ever when we change it into interrogative sentence. Here example you can see, I never asked you to do it. So when we change it into interrogative, what it will become? I never asked you to do it. This is declarative sentence. You can see never is used here. Then the verb form here. This is second verb form. Okay. Now when we have to change it into interrogative, step by step we will do it. First thing is, here helping verb is not given, only main verb is there, and the main verb is in second or the past form, simple past form. For simple past form, if the verb is given, we will use did. Okay, so did. After did, we will bring the subject here. Did I? Then for never we will use here ever. Did I ever? Okay. Then we will use the first form of verb ask. Ask you to do it. Okay. This way we change this declarative into interrogative. Did I ever ask you to do it? Understood? Then when a declarative sentence contains the adverb no, it becomes any in the interrogative sentence. There is no fun in doing that. Or we can say there is no fun in sitting at home. There is no fun in sitting at home. Okay, now when we have to change it into interrogative, this there is we will transfer here, we will begin the sentence with the verb is. This is the verb. Okay, is there, then no is given here, no will be changed into any. Is there any fun in sitting at home? Okay, is there any fun in sitting at home? So these were the rules, or we can say the changes, how we can change the declarative sentence into interrogative sentence. And first one was given the declarative or exclamatory to declarative sentence. Okay. Now the next topic, from imperative to interrogative. Imperative to interrogative. For imperative to interrogative, what we have to do is imperative to interrogative. Say, stop talking. This is imperative sentence. Okay. So how can you change it into interrogative? You can write it as, will you stop talking? Will you stop talking? As I have told, the imperative sentences have a common subject, that is you. So the verb here will is used and then the subject you. Will you stop talking? Okay. Then next is, please get me a glass of water. So for that we can write, will you get me a glass of water please? Okay, or simply you can say, if please is not added, get me a glass of water, will you get me a glass of water? Okay, so this way we change imperative to interrogative. Okay, the main thing is you have to understand that here the verbs are used as will. These are the helping verb. Will is helping verb. Okay. And here in the imperative sentence, the helping verb was not mentioned. Okay. Usually what we do is, in order to change imperative to interrogative, we use the helping verb will. Okay. Then it is followed by the subject you. Okay. And then the remaining part which is used in imperative, that we used to write. Okay, this way we change. Then the next thing is from affirmative to negative. From affirmative to negative sentence. An affirmative sentence can be changed to negative sentence by adding or with a change in its meaning. My sister lives in Goa. My sister does not live in Goa. So the meaning of the sentence changes totally. Affirmative to negative. Here, my sister lives in Goa. My sister lives in Goa. This is affirmative sentence. Affirmative means we can say declarative sentence or positive sentence. Okay. Now we have to change it into negative sentence. When we will change it into negative, the meaning of the sentence will also change. Okay. So, what will be the sentence? My sister does not live in Goa. See here, why we have used does here? Due to this verb, this form of verb. Okay, when a verb is in its simple present form and is used for the singular subject, or if it is SES or IES added to the simple present form of the verb, then we use does in order to make the sentence negative, does not. Okay, in the same way, if it was lived, then we would have used here do. Okay, if it was lived, we would have used did. See, for lives we use does not. If the verb was lived, then we would have used do not. Okay, and if it is lived, then what we will use? Did not live. Okay, do not live, does not live. It happens with all kinds of verbs the same way. Okay, if the verbs are written in this way or in this form in the sentence and you have to change it into negative, you have to change the verb forms in this way. Okay, by adding not. Does not live, do not live, did not live. Okay. So this way we can change the sentence into negative. I have many friends. Here it is given. I have many friends. For many we can use no. I have no friends. I have no friends. Okay. Then affirmative sentence can be changed into a negative sentence without changing its meaning. So one more method is there to change an affirmative sentence to negative without changing the meaning. Here when we change, the meaning of the sentence also changes. Okay, but one more method is given here in the table that we can change the sentence without changing its meaning. See, by using not plus prefixes. Not plus prefixes. Suppose the sentence is he is honest, then the sentence can be written as he is not dishonest. Okay, he is honest, he is not dishonest. Okay, then she is comfortable, she is not uncomfortable. She is comfortable, she is not uncomfortable. So here the meaning of the sentence is not changing. Okay, we are making certain changes in the word, but the meaning of the sentence is not changing. See, he is honest. He is not dishonest. So what we have done here, first we have added not in the sentence, and then next thing is we have added a prefix here. Okay, we have added a prefix with honest. Okay, this way we can change the sentence into negative. Okay, then the another one for words with suffixes. If the words are there in the sentence with a suffix, then what we have to do? It was thoughtless of you to say no. So we will change it into it was not thoughtful of you to say so. Okay. She is clueless about how to do the work. She has no clue about how to do the work. Okay. So basic thing is that we are changing the main word or the key word of the sentence. We are writing the antonym of that sentence using not. Okay. See, antonym of honest is dishonest. So before dishonest we have added not. So it becomes equal to honest. Okay. In the same way, if we write thoughtless, the antonym of thoughtless will be thoughtful. And in order to change the sentence into negative, we can add here not thoughtful. Okay. Then the next is using not plus opposite words. Using not plus opposite words. He is a good boy, he is not a bad boy. This dress is cheap, this dress is not expensive. Okay, then using no one, nothing, nowhere. Okay, everyone found the play interesting, no one found the play interesting. For everyone we can write no one. Okay, then this is the only thing I want nothing but this thing. Okay, then changing always to never. There is always a scope for you to make amends. Or Ram always comes late to school, Ram never comes late to school. Okay, then changing to to show that the crash victim was too weak to walk. We can write it as the crash victim was so weak that he could not walk. Okay, then the next topic is tag questions. Next topic is tag questions, and this topic I will teach you in the next video. Okay, so we end this video here and wait for the next video.